given that matrix P, okay, we do have 3, -4, and we have -1 and a 2. Find the determinant. All right, find the what? The determinant. So we have been told that this is matrix what? Matrix P. So what are we going to do? We have been asked to find the determinant. First of all, what is the determinant? The determinant is simply a single numerical value. So when I say numerical, simply means a number. It's a single numerical value used when calculating the inverse, which means if we find the determinant, it will be very much easy for us to find the what? The inverse. You cannot find the inverse minus the determinant. All right? You cannot find the inverse minus the determinant. So how are we going to find the determinant? Very much easy. So the first key step, I'll write solution. We indicate 4a. All right. So I'm going to find the determinant. So determinant is simply represented by, okay, you can write det. Okay, det is equals to, this simply means is the shortcut of determinant. So matrix P, missing let me just write this, the determinant of P. So we're going to write, let me say 2, or it's 3, -4, -1, and we have what? 2. We are finding the determinant of P. This is matrix P. So we are finding the determinant of what? Of P. So what we're going to do is very much easy. The first key step that you must do, you have to do this. Whenever you are finding the determinant, you do this. This 3 in short represents A, and this represents B, and this represents C, and this represents D. So this is A, B, C, D. Then what you're going to do, you have to cross multiply. You have to do 3 times 2 and -1 times what? -4. That's the first step you're going to do. So you're going to say the determinant of P is equals to what? Let me say A times D. Okay, open and close bracket. Open. Okay, B times C. You've seen what I've done? I'll just, as for now, I'll be just replacing the numbers. So say, okay, the determinant of P is equals to A. On A, I have what? I have 3. I have 3. Then on D, I have what? I have 2. Minus. Then on B, I have what? -1. Then on C, I have -4. You have seen? So what I'm going to do, I'll say 3 times 2, it's 6. Minus -1 times -4. If you check variable, we have a negative. So negative times negative, it's what? It's positive. So in short, it's here, it's 1 times 4, because this negative and negative, if we multiply them, they're going to give us a positive. All right, so this is just 4 here. What are we going to do? 6 minus 4, it's what? It's 2. So in short, the determinant of P, it's what? It's 2. So the determinant of what? Of P is what? It's 2. Now, since we have the determinant, we can find the what? The inverse. So no, it's very much important you understand, you know what the inverse is. All right, you have to know what the inverse is. First of all, in simple terms or in simple language, you can simply say an inverse is simply the opposite of another operation. The opposite of another operation. So what am I simply referring about? Okay, let me indicate. This is okay. This is Roman numeral number 1, and I'm finding now Roman numeral 2. So I'm finding the inverse now. So it's very much important whereby whenever just you see this word inverse, inverse simply means the opposite of another operation. So we do have a sign. You have to put a sign which represents what? The inverse. Always the inverse is being represented with a what? With a power -1. So it says this matrix is what? Matrix P. So in order for us to show that we are finding the inverse of matrix P, we are going to write it like this: P to the power -1. So P to the power -1 represents we are finding what? The inverse of P. So we're going to say is equals to, after just writing this, we have found the what? The determinant here. So we are going to write 1 over what? 2. Always you should write 1 and over what? 2. This 2 is what? Is the determinant. So we're going to say open bracket. Then now we write our matrix. I don't want to move fast. I want to explain it slowly so that it will be very much easy for you to understand. So now, upon indicating this now, there is something which you must know, which is very much important here. Whenever you are finding inverse, I've said inverse is the opposite of another operation. So you have to know. Here we do have 3, -1, -4, and 2. So 3 and 2, they are facing each other. These are what we call the major diagonal. So in this line, 2 and 3, in their line, we refer to it as the what? The major diagonal, and this is the minor diagonal. So now what we're going to do, the numbers in the major diagonal, they will do what? They will swap. So these 2 will come here and 3 will come here. All right. That's the first step we are going to do. And these numbers in the minor diagonal, they will exchange signs. So if this is a negative, it will change to be a positive. If it is a positive, it will change to be what? A negative. So I'm going to write it like this. Okay, I'm going to write 1 over 2. Then this, it will just change. This, they will just swap. So I'll put 2 here and I'll put a 3. These, they do have what? They do have signs. So in short, these, they just change signs. So in the minor diagonal, so I'll just write 1, and this is what? 4. So if they were positive, they would have been what? -4, -1. So now since here they do have a negative sign, they're going to change. They are going just to change what? Signs. And these in the major diagonal, they are going to exchange their places like this. This will come up like this. See, this is what we do. Then after doing this, now we are very much fit to go. We can now, so now here it's 1 over 2. Then we do have open bracket, then we do have the numbers inside. So we have to multiply each and every number here with what? 1 over 2. So I'm going to start 1 over 2. See, let me write it here. I'm going to say 1, okay, over what? 2 times what? 2. Also do the same thing. 1 over 2 times what? 4. 1 over 2 times what? 1. Then also here 1 over 2 times what? 3. Then after doing this now, what am I going to do? 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 2, 1. Which means 1 times 1 is what? It's 1. So here 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 4, it's 2. So in short, 1 times 2 is what? It's 2. Alright. So here 1 times 1, we know that it's 1. So in short, it will be just 1 over what? 1 over 2. 1 times 1 is 1, then over what? 2. Then 1 times 3 is what? It's 3. Over what? Over 2. Alright. If you want, you can you can finish this. Since 2 can go into what? In 3. How many times? 1. So this we can just write it 1. 1 has a whole number. Then remember what? Remember 1 over 2. Alright. So this is 1. Then the remainder 1, then over what? 2. That's all. So this is the inverse of P, matrix P. All right. So these were the answers.